It is the Grand Old Opry House outside of Nashville here. This theater opened in 1974, and it was built to replace the shows at the Ryman. The Grand Old Opry radio shows became so popular at the Ryman that the 2,200 seat Mother Church couldn't hold the crowd, so they built this. And it opened in 1974, doubling the size of the Grand Old Opry Theater, where the Grand Old Opry radio broadcast, made by WSM, certain nights of the week, could accommodate more people. Today, of course, every night of the week, this theater entertains visitors to Nashville and the Nashville area. I'm not sure about the Grand Old Opry itself. I don't know if they broadcast every night out of here. It may be certain select nights that WSM broadcasts the Grand Old Opry radio broadcast out of here. But I know that looking at their schedule, these guys at this theater are booked every night. There's some star in there. In 1974, as I mentioned, they opened this with Richard Nixon entertaining the crowd on the piano. And it's been here ever since. Part of a complex here that has grown to include a mall and a convention center, a huge hotel, which I was told by one of the traffic people at the mall or at the hotel. It is so large, it's unbelievable. I was told it's the largest hotel outside of Vegas. And wow, you know, you have to believe it if you see this place. It is something. It is a Gaylord hotel. 2,800 rooms, I think he said. It's large. So, but this is the Grand Old Opry. They have tours. House is the Grand Old Opry House. They have tours during the day, and then the shows at night. There is a birthday celebration coming here tomorrow and the next day. To the plaza here somewhere. Here. They're going to have live music all day for the next 2 days. Here for the weekend. Celebrate the Grand Old Opry. If you recognize the name in the the voice in the background, it's Dolly Parton. She has an exhibit here at the Grand Old Opry House. Funny story. When I was here last time in Nashville, 2016, I heard that that a bucket list performer was coming to the Grand Old Opry, Justin Moore. So I went and bought tickets to see Justin Moore at the Grand Old Opry. The night of the show, I went to the Ryman Plaza, and I was about 30 minutes away from showtime, and I couldn't figure out why nobody was around the Ryman. Finally, I asked a lone guard there what I was missing or what was wrong. And he said, "Oh no, he's at the Grand Old Opry." And I said, "I assume that's different than the Ryman." He's there. "Yes, it is." He's there. The Grand Old Opry is now at the Grand Old Opry House. So, say the least, I was disappointed. But I had learned a lesson at the Grand Old Opry House and the Ryman Theater are two different venues here in and around Nashville. At one time, the Grand Old Opry radio broadcast, the historic WSM broadcast, was out of the Ryman from the early 40s until Nixon brought the crowds here in 74 by his sterling piano renditions, filled the halls. And so now the Grand Old Opry radio broadcast is here. And the nightly shows here from the Grand Old Opry House are broadcast from here and no longer the Ryman Theater. So learned a lesson that night as a first-time visitor to Nashville that anyways, lost $50 that night for a Justin Moore ticket, and swallowed what little pride I had left at a Burger King on Broadway, just before the freeway, and listened on the radio as Justin Moore belted out his latest single and one or two other songs that night at the Grand Old Opry House.